and the key to connect those with people are rarely found in a spreadsheet. The real answer is a basic part of our human nature. Let's explore that.
Welcome to Advanced Quality Programs with Juan Navarro. In this podcast, we're going to dive deep into the world of quality and leadership philosophies that drive successful businesses and great leaders to actually apply them to your everyday life. So if you're ready to improve your life, one quality principle at a time, let's get started.
As leaders, as managers, as employees, or as humans, we have been overlooking one of the most powerful sources of information that we have, our own experience. And the cool thing is that science is starting to prove that we have been always feeling that in our gut. Your personal story is more powerful than any statistic. And today we are going to find out why. But for that, let's be honest. We are all drowned in data every day. From the moment we wake up, we are hit with numbers like the hour on the alarm clock. The news are telling us the markets are up and down with numbers. Our watches count our steps, and our jobs are run by key performance indicators, numbers. We have become a society that worships anything we can measure. We have this belief that if we can just gather enough data, we can solve any problem. But there is a huge flaw in this thinking. Data, even though it's supposed to be neutral, just don't make the trick. Don't connect with us. It is abstract, it's impersonal. A statistic like 3 million people are facing food shortages. Yeah, the idea hits our brain, but it's something that we can understand, but it's not really close to us. It's too big and too anonymous to really feel the need to do something about it. The numbers get so large that they become meaningless, which is a phenomenon psychologists called the psychic numbing. Our brains cannot process suffering on that huge scale, so we instinctively shut down. The data tells us something, sure, but doesn't move us anymore. Now, compare that to the story that is untold in one family among the war that is happening. A photo of a single child in desperation among that territory. That one story, that one face, cuts right through the noise. It bypasses the logical part of our brain. And that one story hits straight to the heart. It is the individual story that sparks empathy, which makes us feel something, and that makes us want to do something about it. The data shows the scale of the problem, sure, but the story shows the human cost. And this is not a flaw in our wiring. It is how our minds are built. We are not logic processors. We are story processors. We communicate by language. So why does a single story hit harder than hundreds of facts? The answer is in our biology. Scientists have discovered that our brains are literally wired for stories. When you get a list of facts, only the language parts of your brain gets to work. It is pretty simple for our brain to work that. But when you listen a story, something amazing happens. Your brain does not just process the words. It starts to experience them. If something or somebody describes the smell of coffee, our sensory cortex, that part of our brain for smell, starts to work. It lights up. Neuroscientists at Princeton University, led by Uri Hanson, discovered something they call neural coupling. When a person tells a story, the listener's brain activity starts to match the storyteller. In other words, your brain pattern literally link up the narrator, letting you feel the experience and experience the emotions as they were. telling them as your own. And that's the thing. This deep experience is why stories are so much more memorable. A famous experiment from Stanford mentioned in a book made to stick illustrates this perfectly. Students gave 1 minute presentation. Most of them used a lot of statistics, while only a few of them told the story. Afterwards, the audience was asked why and what they remembered. The results were incredible. 63% of people remembered the stories, while only 5 above or less could recall a single statistic, a single number. Think about that. Despite of all the data, it was a few simple stories that actually stuck. This power goes beyond just memory. It directly affects our actions. A key study Carnegie Mellon University tested, they checked what motivates people to donate to charity. One group got a spreadsheet of statistics about problems children are facing in Africa, and another group was told to use a story of a single 7-year-old girl from Mali named Rokia, who was facing starvation. The group that read statistics donated in average $1.14. The group that heard Rokia's story, they donated an average of $3, more than double. Facts appeal to our logical minds, but stories grab our emotions and build empathy, which makes everybody and us more willing to help. So what does all this science mean for you as a leader or as a manager or as an employee? It means that your personal experience, your unique collection of wins, losses, and lessons is one of a kind. In our obsession with big data, we have started to think our own small data. Our personal stories are not as important as we think. We are taught that our individual stories are just small examples, not real proof. But that is changing. Researchers are realizing that stories are not just illustrations of data. They are a type of data. They are full of the context, emotions, and real-life details. That numbers can never capture what stories are telling. The story reveals why are we doing something, the why behind the what that statistics are showing us. And you can use this idea for every day, for every decision you are making. Think about the job interview. You can list your skills on your resume, or you can tell a great story about the time you faced a challenge that you used those skills to succeed. Where did they come from? Which one do you think the hiring manager will remember? If you are a leader, you could show a chart with 10% improvement, or you could share a story about a mistake you made and what you learned from it. Which one do you think will build momentum and more trust to inspire your team? In any situation where you need to connect with someone, persuade someone, your story is more powerful. It's your superpower. When you are fighting for a cause, the story of the person affected by the issue will do more to change the minds than ticking folders and reports. When you are trying to explain complex ideas, a more personal example makes them to stick in a way a dry definition never could. Your experiences are not just little tales. They are proof of your strength, of your creativity, and your humanity. For too long, we've been told that data is the ultimate truth and that our personal experience is less important. But the science is clear. Our brains are not built for those spreadsheets. They are built for stories. Facts and numbers might inform our logical side, but stories engage with our whole being, with our whole senses, our emotions, and our memory. Our belief in statistics can fade, but the impact of the story will last. Data tell us what is happening, but the stories are telling us why. it is happening. So the next time you need to make a point, convince somebody, or just connect with another person, try not to lead with numbers. Instead, find the story, find the human side of it. Better yet, finding a story in yourself, sharing your experience, your struggle, your moment of discovery, and then you will have a perfect way to build momentum among your team. And that's all for today. Tell us, what is that time that single story changed your mind more than data ever could? Share it in the comments below. Let us create a collection of experiences that proves this very point. If this idea is connecting with you, make sure that you subscribe and turn the notifications button on for more videos like this about science of human experience. Thanks everybody for your ratings on my books, Life Quality Projects, Principles of Quality, and the Quality Mindset. Thanks for watching, stay excellent, keep improving, and remember, data is important, but if you want to change the world, you are going to do it with your story.
One small change triggers everything. Watch how agile thinking works. Inspect, adapt, repeat. Each step builds the next, creating confident, unstoppable momentum. This is the Quality Mindset by Juan Navarro. Get your copy now.